Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day, and today we are finally tackling this. This is something that has been bothering people like, oh, I don't know, for like 100 episodes. And we're finally going to deal with this today. So first things first, we got to tear down this staircase that has been here for quite a while. And Cub fan is talking at me in the chat. Anyway, we want to tear this down, and what we're gonna do is build essentially like a pathway that kind of gradually leads up to this. We're still gonna have the drawbridge here, but when this is all said and done, I think it's gonna end up looking like 3 billion times better than what we had before. So let me get this torn down. Let me make a couple of double chests. There we go. And we'll just empty our inventory into there. Anyway, let me get this all torn down. I'll be back with you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've got it all torn down. We're good to go. So the next step, I'm going to grab, probably don't need this much cobble, but I'm going to grab a bunch of cobble here, and we're going to start kind of marking out the way that this is going to turn. Thankfully, it is actually still possible to get up here. Doing it this way. But what we're going to basically do is make a very, very large sort of half circle, I think. So let's go to 3. So then we went like 1, like that, I believe, right? So there's 3, yep. And then we'll go 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Something like that, I think, should work, right? Like this seems to be about the right dimensions. Give or take. Right, so we went 3, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. So 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Why does this not line up? Does that not line up? Did I mess it up? 3, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I see what I did. I did 1, 1 over here, right? 2, 1. No. I did that right. And then over here we went 2, 3, 4. Okay, I see. Easy enough. That's real easy to fix. So we'll just add 1 more block on right here. So basically what we have is this like real big half circle, right? And it's not an exact half circle, but it's kind of like, you know, sort of a half circle. Then I think we're gonna go 5. Do we want to go that far? Let's actually go to here, I think, because then it'll be 5 total. And then we're basically going to do the same thing, except it's going to be a slightly smaller circle, right? So like this one will come to here, and then we'll go like here, 2, 3. And then, yeah, so we gotta like kind of tweak this a little bit. 2, 1, 1. This still isn't looking very circular. Here. Maybe like that? Nah, I don't like that. Tell you what, let me pull up a circle chart and let me get this inner circle figured out. I'll be with you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've been working on this for a little while. I remade this circle. This is basically half a circle with a diameter of 39. However, this is where it gets a little weird. I started each circle here. So it's basically like if this were a circle, this edge that I'm standing on right now would be wider than those edges on either side. Because basically, I started as if this block right here was the center of this side, and as if this block right here was the center of this side. So basically, I added I added like 4 extra blocks to this side to make this a little bit wider. So now, and that might not make sense, but it'll make more sense in a minute. So now we need to add another circle, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right here, we're going to do essentially the same thing. So let's see, let's line it up with the drawbridge. There we go. And then we're going to make a circle. I think this one will have like a diameter of 35. Like if you were looking at like a Minecraft circle chart, this would be basically like a 35 block circle. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. 2. 1. 1. 1. 1. And then here we'll go 2. And 3. And 4. Oh! Hello, Cub. So that's basically this, and we're just kind of like, then we get to take out these little bits, these sort of inner parts, so we can see a little bit better how this will look. And you can see we've got kind of this sort of, this bit here. I'm kind of looking at it though, and I'm thinking that this is like too thin. We need something thicker than this. So let's change this up again, and let's go with an even smaller circle. Okay, we're gonna try this again and see what we think. This would end up being like a 27 diameter circle, if you're once again looking at a circle chart. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, and then here it's like 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, wait a minute. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. So that, I think, is a little bit more... Ooh, you know what? I think I have messed this up. We need to do this bit as the proper amount. There we go. So then that gives us, you know, a fairly wide road, 5 wide, and that seems to be a bit more what we're looking for, I believe. Let's just grab all this cobblestone here real quick. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, that looks a lot better to me. So then we just have to replicate it on the other side. So starting right here, lined up with the drawbridge, one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then here, 1. Like that. And then this one would be 3, right? Something got messed up somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I'm supposed to, when it's done, it should hit that, that line. It should run into it exactly, unless I miscounted something. And I probably miscounted something. That's why I think when you're doing circles, it's always best to make, like, sort of guidelines, right? You, like, these, if I don't line up properly with that, you know, you draw kind of the plus in the middle. And then if you don't connect up with it, you know you messed something up. You know, you might not know what it is, but you definitely know that you messed something up, and you can fix it, like, right away. So, let's see, 1, 2... so it's 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, here, right? 'Cause let's see, we've got our 1, our 2, followed by a 1. Followed, this needs to be 2. Then we go here. And that's a 1. And then this should be 1. Oh, this one here should be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. And now it lined up properly. Okay, good, 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 good. And then we just need to go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we just need to remove these inner bits. And there we go. We have our guidelines. So now that we've got the guidelines in place, we can go ahead and get rid of, you know, this sort of radius sort of thing. And now what we need to do is basically take this floating half circle that we have, and we need to gradually lower it so that by the time, like at this side, we want it to be level with the drawbridge. But as it kind of works its way around to here, we need it down on the ground, down there. And we may actually, I'm just looking now, and we may actually need to change it a little bit. We need to do some terraforming, perhaps, because over here, it's obviously a lot taller than it is. You know, we're up like 3 blocks from where we are over here. Now, there's a couple options for us with that. Some of them are better than others, but I have some ideas, and I think we'll be okay. So let me do a little bit of work on this, and kind of, this is not really anything like I'm going to have like an exact science for. You know, it's not like I can pull up a circle chart for this and you know, just do it by the numbers. This is going to be a little bit more nuanced, kind of like trial and error type stuff. So let me get this kind of figured out a little bit. I'll be back with you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've been working on this for a little while, and I think I have decided that in order for this to work properly, I got to do some terraforming. I need to like level this terrain so that it's the same height on either side. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out the way that I want. So I'm kind of going through here at the moment, and I've sort of marked out, you can see where I've kind of dug out these like contour lines. So what I'm doing, now that we've done that, now that I've got the lines marked out, now it's just a matter of bringing everything to a certain elevation. So basically the plan is I'm going to bring this side down by a block or two, maybe a little bit more, we'll see, but at least this far. And then over here, I'm going to bring this up. And just looking at it, yeah, I think we may need to bring this one down as well. The problem is that over here on this side, there's just not really a whole lot of room. You know, I can bring this up, but bringing it up another level is a pretty tall ask, because we don't want to have it go up right on, like, we don't want to have it go up right here. You know what I mean? We want to have like a little bit of a flat space that leads up. So I think, well, I'll ultimately fill in this whole area. This will all get filled in. And then I think over here, we're going to have to lower this side a little bit more. So let's say like, I want a contour line like this, right? We'll get rid of this. And then we need this part to come out a bit as well. Probably at a steeper angle than that, honestly. Or at a more, like, defined slope. Yeah, probably about here. And then it'll kind of come... You know what? I'm going to change this again. We'll go here. And we'll have this kind of come around like this. Until it meets up, we'll say, like, about here or so. Something like that. And then this bit will kind of come along this angle. And it'll pop up over here and go like so. So then basically... Oh. This is excuse me. This is a tricky one. This is really kind of a weird one to deal with. Because we need... I mean, I suppose we could do it like that. And then have this kind of come around here. Until it meets up like over here. I'm trying to sort of... Like, the angles and stuff, they don't have to be perfect right off the bat. But we do want to kind of have an idea of what all we're digging out. And if we dig this much out... I think it would still look okay over here. No, I didn't. But that's fine. These blocks marking out this wall, this isn't going to be a wall anymore. I've already decided on that. Like, this is not going to be a wall. So I can just get rid of this stuff. And then I think we'd probably be okay if we get rid of this whole bit. It'll take some doing. There's a ghost block over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Can't wait till those are gone. I really am so looking forward to 113. Like, there's so much cool stuff that's happening with 113. Like, obviously there's all the ocean updates, you know, all the new stuff in oceans, all the fish, all the new items and new blocks and all that kind of stuff. But just like quality of life type stuff, I am so excited to see the removal of ghost blocks. Like, that is something that I have been wanting for ages. Like, how many times have you guys heard me complain about ghost blocks in this game? Probably way more than is fair. Like, I am so glad to have that disappearing from the game when 113 finally comes. Oh, it's gonna be glorious. So I'm just trying to, like, sort of figure out this. You can probably go here, there, something like this. Like a line like that will probably work, I think. And we could even bring this over this way a little bit more and have it still look okay. Like, it doesn't need, this hole doesn't need to come all the way to over here. I just need it to be even on each side at the point where the pathway or whatever hits the ground. And I think this'll do it. I genuinely think this will do the trick. We're gonna have to move our nether portal as well. But I think this will work. Like, I think this is a good base to kind of start with. I gotta fill in this whole section right here that I'm standing in. I'm gonna have to move my nether portal up into the air a little bit, which is totally fine. But let me get some more work done on this, guys, and I'll be back with you in a bit. All right, guys, I am back. I've got all the terraforming done, all that filled in. Nether portal is still marked out because we want it to sync up once we actually, you know, rebuild it. We still want it to sync up with our portal in the nether since we've already made our nether tunnel. But I've also went ahead and basically filled in all these walls, these lines with stone brick, and that I've begun to kind of figure out how I want this pathway to go. And that's what we're going to do on the other side as well. We'll do that together. I think I've got it sorted out. I think. So basically, we're going to start off real simple by just going up a half slab every time we go up here. And we'll do that for a little while, probably until we get to about here or so. And then we're going to kind of turn it a little bit. So here, here, and then ultimately here, here, and here, right? With the idea being, we're going to go for a while until we have to make a turn again. So it's going to be, the problem is, like, I'd love to have these straight lines, but obviously the angle changes, like, halfway through this turn, right? So, because if we had these lines continuing over here, it would just look bizarre, and that's not what we want. So we need to kind of figure out, like, how we're going to do this little chunk. And I think the answer to that is to go down at a line like this for a while until you get to a certain point. And then we're going to turn it. So let's see. Where's that center point? Right here? So I think we can probably go down one more like this. For now, let's just kind of do something along these lines, right? And that keeps it real simple. And now we want to kind of change those angles a little bit so it makes a bit more sense. So I'm thinking when we find that center point, which is right here, I think right here we want to make like a little platform like this, right? And then we'll take this part and we'll lower it a bit. And then maybe we'll go here and here, right? So that's kind of like the first turn, I guess you would say. Let's go sleep real quick. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of hard to see this. We'll probably, we'll be filling in the bottom. Maybe not entirely filling it in, but we'll be filling in the bottom eventually. For now, I just want to kind of get the right shapes. There we go. Had to finish sleeping. Okay, so let's try this. The hard part is going to be getting these to match up. It's going to be a little funky. So let's see. If we go down this way is done. This way is the way that I want it. So here, coming out of this wall, we got 1, 2, 2. Okay. So that would be right here. 1, 2, 2. Right? And then this would ultimately get filled in like so. And then we'd probably go like here and drop those down a little bit as well. So you come up these stairs. There's a little bit here that's kind of like a landing. Not quite a landing, but almost. And then it goes back up to straight. And I think that'll work out pretty well. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that this wall doesn't go up too high, because we want the angle of the wall to kind of slope down so that it matches with what we have here with the staircase, right? So we're going to be tearing this stuff out. We can just get rid of all of it. It's actually a moment where I wish I had a beacon a little bit closer over here, but it's fine. And basically, we're just going to go down like so. There we go. That's looking good. And now you can kind of start to get a little bit of a feel for how this is going to look, right? Just a little bit. It's not quite there, but you can kind of get a feel for it. And my plan, which will be a little bit more obvious momentarily here, my plan is to essentially make sure that there's always at least a half slab or a slab worth of, a half a block worth of stone bricks sticking up above the stairs. So we'll look at that in just a second. Let me finish getting this side torn down. I'll do the other side off camera because the sides are going to be identical, essentially. But I want to do this part right here together. Because this is, this is something that people have been wanting me to rework for ages. People have been asking, when are you going to rework the drawbridge? When are you going to rework the front, the entrance to the keep? When are you going to rework? Like, I've been getting that question for months, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And I'm also not angry about that. Like, as I said, this is something that has really been on my to-do list for forever, and I just haven't gotten around to it until now. And sometimes that happens in Minecraft. You have all these ideas for different things you want to work in, or work on, I should say, and then, you hit a spot and you're like, what do I want to do today? I don't want to do this today. That happens, and that's okay. So I think that seems fairly good. I'm just looking. I don't see any spots where a full block is sticking up. Yeah, I know it is here, but we need it to stick up above this. That seems good. Okay. So, now that we have that figured out, let's make some stone brick slabs. Let's make a few more. There we go. And I think what we want to do is, like, right here, we'll put a lip on top. And then it's just going to kind of, like, work its way down one block. That one actually needs to be here. And here, right? So it kind of works its way up and around and gives us a little bit, just a little bit, of like a lip around this whole thing. And that's exactly what we want. So like here, 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 there. And that seems to be about where we want to be, roughly. And then when we do the other side, it'll slope down as well. So let's take a look at it from over here, just to see. Yeah, that looks so much better and so much more interesting than what we had before. Let me go to do the other side so we can kind of get the full effect. All right, guys, I am back, and it's looking great. It's looking good. I'm super happy with it, actually. So this is a good start. Obviously, this is not done. This entrance needs to be a lot more grand. One thing that will help tremendously is when we take, well, if I can jump properly, when we take this pavement mix and add it to over here and to here. So these steps are going to have that kind of pavement mix working their way up, at least to some extent. It's going to be a little tricky because basically half of these are slabs, and you can't use andesite or polished andesite as a slab in 1.12. Hopefully you can in 1.13. I'm hopeful. We'll see. But it's a good start. And I'm thinking what we need to do, we need to do the texture variation here, obviously, so this isn't just cobblestone. We're gonna have to do something with this wall, so it's not just stone brick. And then I'm also thinking we need some sort of like a centerpiece or like a focal point right here in the middle of this, either a fountain or a statue, something like that, something to kind of draw your attention and really kind of give a grand sort of feel as you're about to go up these stairs. The other thing to keep in mind is that we have to get our nether portal in right here as well. So I think it would be really cool if we could put our nether portal, or like incorporate our nether portal, I should say, as part of the focal point. If we can find a way to do that, I think that would be like awesome. But for now, guys, I think I am out of time for this episode, so I gotta call this one right here. We'll continue this next time. But I have to call it a day for Hermitcraft. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.